I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you guys, when we launch the game, it's gonna be loud. I had the volume up. I had it up. Up. You probably heard me laughing a second ago. I was sending one of my good girlfriends, Desiree, some selfies. Excuse me. I sent one that was like, we about to stream all night, and I feel like it's a well, shit. You guys can't see it because I have my freaking. That's probably better. You guys can see it now a little bit. That's just me being silly. Oh my god, the glare. And then I sent her one of me with crossing my eyes, but my lazy eye didn't want to cooperate. Of course, because of course it did. All right, so without going into too much of it, and without being whiny about it, because okay, here's the thing. I will whine and complain and bitch and piss and moan all fucking day about things sometimes. But I'm not a crybaby. I don't cry very much. It takes a lot. Without going into too much of it, the tears were beaten out of me at a very young age. Like, I don't cry. That being said, I have been very emotional these last couple of days. I know my last stream or two has been kind of down in the dumps, and I'm still there. That being said, I refuse to let the constant wear and tear on my body or my mind ruin the show. On with the show. So we're gonna have a good stream. I say that, and in 20 minutes I might be like, guys, I don't feel it. You know, it happens when it happens, and I can't control that. Now today we're using our sea turtle cup because my normal big Yukon cup did not come clean in the washing machine. It's time to clean the filter and to run a cleaning cycle through the washing machine. The dishwasher is what I meant to say. I'm so sorry. Okay. So my prop today is Asper Cream. I really wish there wasn't a glare. You know what? Let me change. Hold on. Where's the damn cord? Oh, let's change this to... I don't really hate the cool light today. This makes me look like I got a Trump tan. I think we're gonna go with the cool light. But anyway, today's stream is brought to you by good lord. Jesus Christ. Shit. It's not gonna work. This is Asper Cream with lidocaine. I have to use stuff that has lidocaine in it and not menthol. I have an unnatural allergic reaction to anything that touches my skin. Really, you see how red I am? Okay, it's 50% blood pressure and 50% a lotion I don't normally use, but I didn't want to use my normal lotion because it makes me a little shinier than I want to be. And I'll put my regular lotion on before I go to sleep because it's that hyaluronic acid one anyway, which is for cell turnover. So that's really more for bedtime. Now I will say this. Joseph, you guys know Joseph, he's been using the fuck out of my hyaluronic acid lotion every night. He started really working on he's going through a midlife crisis, let's just say that. It's sad. But anyway, he's been really worried about his skin a lot more. And I know he's about to be 50, so it was bound to happen. But he's been washing his face a lot more, and he's been putting that lotion on right before he goes to bed at night. And there hasn't been a definitive turnaround. You can tell. It's probably been about maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and you can see a lot of the difference. Now, to be fair, he's also been on a fitness journey. You know, I'm sure he has, you know, a man friend he's trying to turn the head of. But he's been on this fitness journey, and he's lost a good bit of weight. And so his face is thinned out a little bit more, and he's got more cheekbones. I will never have cheekbones. All I will ever have is a big ass honking nose and this ugly face. You know, I'm not fishing for compliments. It is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and kill the music because right now, the opening song for today was Arthas, My Son. This is from the Azeroth lo-fi beats from Bits and Hits. I love Bits and Hits. They have all kinds of shit. They have like Age of Empires, Elden Ring. What else do we have? All of Azeroth, The Witcher, Oblivion. the Elder Scrolls series, specific games in the Elder Scrolls series, Age of Mythology, Hollow Knight, Pokemon, what else? Studio Ghibli. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus, but it's lo-fi beats. Like, they have like so much. Oh, I talked about it on. It might not have been my last stream. It might have been the one before. I'm not sure, but a couple of streams ago, I was just letting it all out. Not really. Nothing really happened, and that's the problem. That's not really the problem. We're not gonna get into it. We're not getting into it today. We're gonna have a good stream. And by the way, hello, Robbie. It's good to see you. But let's go ahead and kill the Muzak. I didn't mean to kill it on that side. I wanted to kill it on this side. Now when I go to launch now when I go to launch my actual Vivaldi browser in a little bit, it's gonna pop up on that screen, and I'll probably have that screen off. Alright, so I'm gonna launch this without shrinking down. It's gonna be loud for a second probably. I'll fix the volume and then we'll get into it. Alright, let's have a sippy from the drinky. Ooh! Ooh, that's bright. Jesus! Huh? Bing. Okay, so... what is it doing? Now, I've noticed a distinct... oh, that's pretty! Okay, hold on. First of all, let me turn down my volume. I mean, I turned everything up to 100% except the music. So I'm gonna put all the volume back down to like 55%. And if that is too loud, just please let me know. This new background, though, you guys. Hold on. No. Look how pretty it is. Now, you know what? I think I will play some WoW too. Good for you, dude. Is that too loud? Let me know if the volume is too loud. But this is where my house is. I haven't even touched Horde side yet. I probably won't even be able to get a house in my guild's neighborhood on Horde side because we have a lot of Horde players, and it's been what, 2 months since housing came out. But midnight now, I have a sub till March 13th. Music is a tad bit loud. I can fix that shit real quick. We can put that music down to 35. Okay. If it's still too loud, let me know. Alright, I want to check my mail on Khaleesi first because I threw a hella bunch of auctions. I did a bunch of auctions on her, on Odin, on I believe Sylvanas, on Starbuck, on quite a few tunes. I took some time, not really yesterday. I got so much overtime this past week that when I got home from work yesterday, hours passed. I was supposed to get off at 11 and I didn't get off till like almost 3. I didn't get off till 3 today. I've put in so much overtime that when I got home yesterday, I couldn't... no, nothing sold? Nothing sold? Oh, son of a bitch. I was wondering about these bags. I didn't think they would. Somebody had some bags posted for a lot of money. And I was like, I'll do it. It'll be fine. Nothing sold. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so I got on the game for like, maybe 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. And Joseph was still downstairs even. Like, it was... I was in bed before 5 o'clock yesterday. And I slept until 11 o'clock last night. And then I was wide awake. So I've been up since yesterday. So that's why. Give me a side class race to play. You mean spec class and race?
Inventory is full.
My inventory is... it is full, actually. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Aside, alliance. Class. I don't know what your playstyle is. Like, do you prefer tanking? Do you prefer healing? Or do you prefer DPSing? Give me that first, and then we'll whittle it down. And as far as race, I would have to say that probably the best DPS or heals. Okay, now your playstyle. Do you prefer like group content, or do you like soloing the game like I do? Because that is also pertinent infomage. All right, so we're done on Khaleesi. If you prefer like group content and you're going to be doing like a bunch of dungeons or something, don't like it. Okay, I'll tell you what. You would probably really like DPS more. Because I know with all the nerfs and stuff right now, the stat squishes and all that, heals are not in the best place right now. So I would suggest DPS. And the best DPS classes are either Fury Warrior, Ret Pally. Those two, they weren't unscathed from the nerf, but they are in really good places. And as far as like caster classes, I would say either like a Beast Mastery Hunter or a Destro Warlock. Those are probably your best bets for DPS caster classes. I haven't played a Shadow Priest in probably 10 years or more, so I couldn't even speak to a Shadow Priest, honestly. But yeah, and as far as the best race to play, now that is, I will say this, that is strictly up to taste, really, but I always prefer, most of the time I prefer Draenei because they're racial. They have a racial heal that they can self-cast or cast on someone else. So, for instance, if you're playing a Fury Warrior, you have another heal that is a heal over time, and it's a good heal, too, and it scales with your level. Or if you're like, if you're playing like a healing class, you have an extra heal that you can throw on someone, and it does have a GCD, but it's not as bad as like a potion or something like that. If you're playing a Ret Pally, again, that's another heal. Ret Pally. I would say if I was to make a brand new tune right now, which we might. And it had to be a caster class, I would probably play either a Destro Warlock or an Elemental Shaman or a Beast Mastery Hunter. Those are the top ones in my opinion for caster classes. Plus they have a higher survivability. I know Warlocks are cloth wearers, but they are like extremely powerful. They burn shit down very fast. And as far as like melee classes, again, I'd have to choose either a Fury Warrior because they can dual wield two-handed weapons. That's a lot of damage. A Ret Pally, I love a Ret Pally. I got one I've been working on for a while now. I've been having a blast on him. Or even like a Unholy Death Knight is probably my favorite Death Knight. Although I haven't played one in so long, if I rolled one, we'd have to only play it so I could really get it down. Those are my favorites. Prot Pally is not bad either. Holy Pally isn't bad either, for that matter. Holy Pally is it is the lost stepchild of the whole Pally group. It is the one that, in my opinion, needs the most work, but it's still viable. But I would say Ret Pally is the best. Prot Pally because it has Avenger's Shield. Alright, so today's fun runs. We're just going to do fun runs. So we're actually in Uldaman, of all places in the Badlands. I haven't ran Uldaman in years. I mean, I think the last time I ran Uldaman was like maybe when Lich King had come out. Maybe Cata, but I think it was Lich King. That's how long ago it's been since I ran Uldaman. I don't even remember the fights. To be fair, I'm going to one-shot everything anyway. I don't even know what kind of loot. Let's see if there's any good loot. Let's check out the loots. Oh, wait, we're on normal? We're on normal? We're not doing normal. No, sir. No, sir, no, ma'am. No green beans, eggs, and ham. No, thank you. If you're not going to choose Pally, This is just me. If you don't, I mean, not Pally. I didn't mean to say Pally. I meant to say Draenei. If you're not going to choose Draenei, my other class that I really, really like, and I know this sounds so nuts, and the cheese stands alone, but I love playing a gnome. They're so tiny, and it's so funny watching like a gnome warrior just kick ass in a group, or a gnome death knight, because they're so tiny and adorable that, like, when you see them just killing everything, you're like, you know what? I could believe that. Because we all know that one person who's like got that little man complex or little woman complex. Although, also to be fair, we've all in our lives known a very tiny woman who is just full of piss and vinegar and will climb cabinets in a minute to reach something without any help from anyone. So that is completely believable.
Here there.
Obtain. I haven't even done the quests in here on this tune. I've done them on Riandao, but I don't think we're going to get on her today. Obtain the Obsidian Power Core and the Titan Power Core.
Watch, get her back.
Now, is this, wait, let's make sure it's still normal. I guess it doesn't have a mythic setting. Okay, so there's Stone Slayer, which I haven't collected that appearance. Let's see what that looks like. It's just a basic sword, but it's good for transmogs. The Rock Pounder. It kind of looks like a blacksmithing hammer. Vault Watcher's breastplate. Have I? Oh, that's actually pretty. Revelash's girdle. Now that's not. Titanic stone leggards. Basic. I'm not. That's all the loot. That is all the loot. And it's only. This is just Fury. Let's go with all specs. Okay, it's a little bit more. Because you guys know, we're going to be getting loot, I guess not. For other classes, I guess not. Alright, what is this one?
You got my attention.
Defeat Irenea.
See you soon.
Welcome.
Kill Galgan Firehammer.
What you got
Is this the one where we have to go get the discs of Norgannon? I believe there's a quest for this. It's been so long, though. What happened was I was flying around farming. Actually, yeah, you can see I've got quite a bit of stuff in my bags from farming. I've been sending all my greens to Khaleesi, obviously. I feel like this was a lot harder back in the day. Maybe I'm wrong. Wish you could read that book right there or activate this Titan Watcher. Now, is that one of Tyr? That looks like maybe a Titan Watcher version of Tyr. Uh-oh, my phone just went off. That's probably Desiree. If I can get my damn phone to act right. She says, hell yeah, have fun. Those pics. Ha 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 ha. I love Desiree. When I first met her, I wasn't so sure because she's a very quiet person. Well, like most women, she's quiet until you get to know her, and then she says the most shocking things. We are going to kill everything. I think. I'm doing good for energy. I took some Excedrin and I sucked down a bunch of I'm going to say cocaine. Coca-Cola. And then, wait. Okay, so wait. This is dig 2. What's that dig 2? Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if, like, you go into these dungeons and you could actually do archaeology inside the dungeon? I feel like they really missed an opportunity. What if they did, like, a whole, like, mini game in there? Wait. There's a person here. Olaf, Baylog, and Eric the Swift. There's a book. Okay, we can read the book. I found a method to enter the chamber of Khazmul. Take the medallion of Nikiv from my chest. Defeat the Trog Revelash in the chamber before the map room and retrieve the shaft of salt. I feel like we need to write this down, and I don't have anything to write on. I have a pen, but no paper. Ah! Shit. Use the staff in the map room to unlock the door to the chamber of Khazmul. Okay, wait. We gotta write this down. I didn't want to have to dig all this shit out, but it looks like that's where we're headed. We'll use this one. I mean, I need to get rid of it. This is... I rarely ever order things online. I rarely ever do. And I was dumb enough to think, okay, since I've gotten a few beanies or toboggans, whatever you want to call them, from Temu, I could order this multicolored notepad. It is the cheapest bullshit. I don't know if you can see this huge chunk that's missing. I don't even know where it went. It came intact, but I don't know where it went. Okay, so first things first. Medallion from chest. Then Revelosh. Excuse me. Retrieve. Sorry. Shaft of Tassal. Okay, and then join Medallion and Saul. Alright, then use staff in the map room. Okay, and that, I believe that's actually how you, I think that's how you're supposed to, I think that's how that is a handkerchief. That's a handkerchief. Was that not the chest? Well, that sucks. This is gold, so we're definitely gonna get the gold. Was that not the chest? Anyway, I believe that when you put all that stuff together and you put it in the map room, I believe that's how you summon Ironea. Okay, so I went in that chest and there was nothing in there. So I guess... Okay, that's Revelosh. That's the first person we're supposed to fight. The first boss, anyway. I remember doing this. I remember running this with people. There's Revelosh right there. Wait, there's remains of a paladin. Wait. I didn't get the thing from him. Okay, this is okay. I got a strong iron lockbox. The remains of a paladin, and they're gross looking. Anyway, maybe maybe they took that out when Kata hit, because they did change Uldaman when Kata hit, and they also changed they changed it again, I want to say, for Dragonflight. Quite a few dungeons got upgrades for both Kata and Dragonflight. See, this is where you're supposed to put the, I guess, a keystone now. I see y'all. Y'all think y'all being slick. Alright, so first things first. This is Ironea. We don't need to kill her yet. We need to do... Well, I mean, she is the next on the list, so I guess we do. I'm sorry, my scientists are really kicking my ass. I've been doing a lot of like cleaning and whatnot at my day job in some very dusty areas. And so my allergies are just kicking my tail. Wait, did I just see something? Thought I did. I guess not. Alright, let's go kill... Oh, we can't. We can't go in there. Wait, do I... Okay, so wait. Can I just click on this and maybe that'll open the door? This is a map of what I believe Uldaman originally looked like. Oh, I guess I do have it. It didn't show me looting the stuff. I didn't join the things together. That's kind of cool. It's very Indiana Jones. And also, Harrison Jones would be awesome in this quest line.
May steal the secrets of the makers.
I'm a maker creation. So calm your titties, woman. Okay, I got the Vault Watcher's breastplate. And hood of the Idol Architect, whatever that is. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's pretty. It's just a regular rogue hat, but it's pretty. And then there's the Vault Watcher's breastplate that we looked at earlier that I was like, oh, that's Gorgina. So we are getting some transmogs. And one of the things I really love about transmogging now is it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. You can wear it. You can do it, Ricky. Okay, so I remember going through here on a hunt. No, not a hunter. On a feral druid. On, I don't even know if I have that. I don't think I have that feral druid anymore, even. But I remember doing this on a feral druid, and this was like a leatherworker's paradise, cause it's just full of leather. I think the next time I run this, I might come in and here with a hunter and tame one of those bats. Oh my god, I remember all of this from back in the day. Okay, there's the Obsidian Sentinel. Okay, we got the power core and the splintered Obsidian Shard, which I remember seeing that on the loot table as well. I thought you could mine this guy.
I'm out of range.
Oh, wait. There's a door. That's an exit or another... Wait, is that... Wait. Okay, we'll be coming back to that. We will be coming back to that in a little bit. First, we're going to clear the rest of the dungeon. That might just be an exit. Or it might be an entrance to a whole nother dungeon. Some dungeons will do that. What's the one? Blackrock Spire, I believe, is a dungeon that has an entrance to a raid inside of it. I believe. I remember killing these things was like a chore back in the day. Now, not so much. I'm not seeing anything. But I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on. I feel like I should have been over here first. That's the Hall of the Crafters. Yeah, let's go back around. I think this is the right way. This is, in fact, the right way. Okay. Yeah, I missed these guys. I was about to miss a whole section, basically. Am I on fire? No. I heard something. I thought I was on fire. Also, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think we need to bring back treasure chests and what are they? Titan power core. Wait, I already got a Titan power core, didn't I? I could have sworn. I'm getting silk cloth. Oh, did I tell you guys my other like ulterior motive for doing this? I actually have an ulterior motive. And it's actually really cute. I'm not just mog hunting in the sense of like running around getting transmogs and stuff from the Dungeone. Who is this? I should have brought an enchanter in here. Oh, there's a treasure chest. You guys know how I am. Oh, and it's locked, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Hello.
So she just teaches you enchanting.
Be careful.
That's it. Okay, well. I'm so enchanted. Alright, so... Well, I didn't get no loot from that one. Damn it. You know, I wonder if the scorpions are actually respawning in here. Hardened Leza Helm. Can we please? There we go. Oh, a food crate. See, this is what I'm talking about. We need more of this in dungeons. Would it be cool if, like, you're running around in a dungeon, in a current dungeon, and you find a little box of food somewhere that had, like, supplies left over from the last dungeon run with a note saying, hey, we didn't need all of this. Help yourself. And then everyone in the party could eat from it. Or it was a box of soul stones. Something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I think that would be cool. I do. I stand by that statement. There's a treasure chest. Is it locked? Bitch, is locked. That's 2. I feel like also, if you're running around and you find a locked treasure chest, if you happen to have like actual keys on you, you should be able to unlock it. Cause I mean, there's another food crate. And to be fair, I can't. I can eat the food. I can eat it, but it's not gonna do me any good. All right, so we need to turn right here and then go and take another right, and we will go back towards where we were before we almost overshot our trajectory. All right, so we still have to kill Galgan Firehammer, Grimlock, and Arcades. Arcades, I believe, is like the final boss. And then after we do all these guys, we're going to check out the Hollow Crafters, but we're also going to check out this, Ecomach Cavern. Alright, these guys, wait. I'm always checking because the decorations may not necessarily just be decorations. Wait, there's a chest here. Oh, and I can't unlock it. That sucks donkey balls. Okay, that's Galgan. Is that a door? That is not a door. Okay. We got some iron. Believe it or not, you guys, there's another food crate. Iron is a really good gold farm. That's what we're going to be farming today. We're going to go farm gold, not gold, iron. We may not, because the idea today is after we run this, we're gonna check out this right here and see if it goes to another part of Uldaman maybe. But also, there's a second Uldaman. There's like Legacy of Tyr. I've never run that. I don't think I have ever. We're gonna run that, and then we're going to hearth back to Stormwind. Well, actually, I don't have a hearth directly to Stormwind. So what we're going to do is we're going to hearth back to Dornagal. And wait, more of these guys? We're going to hearth back to Dornagal and then take the portal to Stormwind. We're going to run the stockades. Then we're going to go run dead mines. And then I don't know what we're going to run. Honestly, I really don't. I have no plan beyond that. Oh, we're about to miss Grimlock. We got to go kill Grimlock. And I believe Arcades is going to be in the Crafter's Hall. I could be wrong, but I believe he is. Because that's the only other place after this. We might run either Blackrock Spire or Blackrock Depths. It just depends on how we feel. There's Grimlock. Oh, and I would love to tame that. That's a cool one there. Okay. Okay, so we've got Grimlock's charge and his chain chaps. You guys, oh. I just realized. Hold on one second. There we go. I just realized people were logging in. I wasn't meaning to, but I was kind of doxing everyone logging in and out. Okay, so we've got a few things to look at real quick. Okay, this is those Titanic Stone Leggards. Cragfists. Those are actually nice gloves. Those are actually really nice gloves for male. Also, I wish this was bigger. Male legs. A polearm. Let's see. They just look like dragon hunting spears or something. What about these cloth shoulders? Those are okay. What about this shield? It's basic, but I'm not against it. What about this gun? I like playing dress up. I like the filigree. Hold on, let's zoom in. I like this little bit of filigree right here. I just wish they would up-res a lot of these older weapons and armor and whatnot. Although I heard, get this, I heard for midnight. Okay, wait. We haven't killed Arcades. Where the freaky freak balls is Arcades? He's got to be in the Hall of Crafters. He's got to be. Yeah, there's more people over here. People? These aren't people. These are the original Trogs. The OG ugly fuckers. Pardon my French. It's been a day. I have no filter. But what I was going to say is I heard that for midnight, the Amani Battle Bear is getting an up-res. And I'm excited because I have the Amani Battle Bear. You want to see it? It's actually, it's still pretty. This might freeze up the game. It didn't. Okay. All right, let's type in Amani. There it is right there. We can't mount up, but that's it. That's the Amani Battle Bear. It's already a decent mount. I actually, you know, I don't hate it. Hold on. Let's that's not what I was trying to do. Is it this? No, it's not. Huh. I was going to see if I could put it in like in the dressing room photo, but I mean, that's it right there. But apparently it's getting like a really cool up-res. Like a full high def, like current content looking up-res. I'm okay with that. I feel like I click on this, and then these guys wake up and attack me, and then after I kill all them, the door opens. I think that's how that works. That's cool. Look how purple. This is voidy looking. I like this. Yes. Yes, queen. Actually, I have to go through there. That was really... You know what? Can I do it again? Can I do it again? Look how cool that is. That's the... I believe that's the only animation for this. Oh, there... Oh, the mouth opens. See? Oh, that's cool looking. And then it closes back up when you leave it alone. You know, that's actually a little bit of money spent on that. That's actually a little bit of money. Is it through here? It is not through there. Imagine this as a delve, and you have to run around lighting all of these to light the place up. Like a darkness delve. You know, like Kriegvoll's Rest. Is it Kriegvoll's Rest that does that? Or is that the air? I can't remember. I'm making a little bit of gold. I've made 311 gold since yesterday just running around farming and killing rares. These things... Oh, wait. Wait. A second ago... Wait, that might have been the door. I bet it was the door. Okay, there's Arcades. The altar of Arcades. Look at all these bad guys. Are they all going to attack me? Let's see. There we go. Bombaclot. No, I'm just playing. Oh no, he waking up.
Who dares awaken Arcadus? Who dares wrath?
And then they all go away. They go bye-bye. Okay, we got the Rock Pounder and Arcadic Stone. Arcadic. And then here are the discs of Norgannon. Speak with Stonewatcher and learn what ancient lore it keeps. Once you've learned what lore it has to offer, activate the discs of Norgannon. Okay, here we go. Okay. My function is to offer access to, and when permissible, insight into information regarding the creator's synthesis of the Earthen on the world designated as Azeroth. I am ready to share this information with you now at your leisure. Who are the Earthen? The Earthen are a synthesized race. This is deep meta lore, guys. Engineered by the creators, functioning as one of the seed races in the initial population of the world designated as Azeroth. The Earthen were created to aid the creators' efforts in shaping the deep regions of this world. They are a modification of the standard subterranean being matrix used on other worlds that the creators have seeded. The construction of this prototype race created various anomalies that were observed after initial synthesis. What is a subterranean being matrix? I think he means the little trogs. It is one of the synthesis matrices the creators use when seeding a world. Each synthesis matrix is used to achieve the creators' goals. For Azeroth, a subterranean being matrix was modified to create a being with increased durability with an affinity for deep region shaping. The Earthen are the product of this modification. After the Earthen had been put into service for the creators, unforeseen anomalies were discovered that affected their synthesis matrix due to high-stress environments. What are the anomalies you speak of? Additional background information on the Earthen must be given to you before this question may be answered properly. Processing. To understand the anomalies of the Earthen, it is first important to understand what the Earthen represent in their design intent. The Earthen represent their creators' attempt at improving the survivability paradigm of the standard subterranean being matrix. This was done by incorporating a resilient foundation of construction inherent to the world into said matrix. It just keeps going and going and going and going. It's the baseline material used in race synthesis. A cross-section of Azeroth's crust was used as the foundation for the Earthen's synthesis rather than the typical biomass construction foundation used by the creators. Research on the world's composition led the creators to theorize that an enhanced being would be synthesized that would epitomize the resiliency of this world's essence. This was accomplished by choosing to use a blend of Azeroth's various stone core compositions as the foundation. So the Earthen were made out of stone. Okay, so that's how it works. All the little stone giant guys that were running around, those were the original being matrices, you know. And then the Curse of the Flesh got involved, and that's where the dwarves, the gnomes, the trogs, the kobolds, those were like the next step, basically. We're going to find out some deep meta lore. See, the Earthen were made out of stone. Simply stated, that is correct. Anything else I should know about the Earthen? It's integral to the assimilation of this data that is understood that the creators wanted to... Basically, they were originally created to order and build like the interior regions of the world. As an ancillary note, the nomenclature Earthen was deemed apropos for the new race by the creators. They're talking about the Titans. When they say the creators, they mean the Titans that you spoke of earlier. The Earthen's only anomaly in synthesis is the tendency for matrix destabilization while being utilized in high-stress environments. Addendum. Deep earth sculpting was naturally suited to the new matrix design and thus never met the qualifications of duplicating a high-stress environment. Destabilization was not discovered until well into the Earthen's primary service cycle for the creators. So it wasn't until they've been running for a long time that they realized that there was something wrong with the Earthen. They began work on a post-synthesis modification rather than recall and resynthesis. What high-stress environments would cause the Earthen to destabilize? There's a noticeable pause after you ask that question. The information you request is not currently available in this repository's data cycling. I sincerely apologize for this omission. Please request this information after a data cycling update has been performed on this information repository. You may also what happens when the Earthen destabilize? Trogs is what happens when they destabilize. The things we were running around killing, they went from those stone giants to trogs. Yes, are the trogs you mentioned the same as the ones in the world today? You mentioned 2 results when the Earthen destabilized. What's the second? Dwarves. I told you. These dwarves are the same ones today. Yes, do dwarves maintain any of their links to the Earthen? Unable to process your chronological references in comparison to the recording of this is very like... So who are the creators? The creators are the creators. They're beings that seeded and shaped this world by their own design. They are the reason for this world's existence, as well as many other worlds. They are the wellspring from which Azeroth flows. Now, this is where the lore gets a little murky. That's a lot to think about. I will access the discs now. Alright, so now we go back and we access the discs. Now, the reason why there was a huge pause between the time we asked... We already killed him. Touching the disc once again makes your hand tingle. This time, however, a strange grinding noise is heard from inside the discs. Your backpack suddenly becomes heavier than it was before. Inside, you discover a miniature version of the discs. Take the miniature version of the disc to Norganon to someone very interested, and we will get the platinum sword. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Actually, I already have it. Okay. Okay, so let's get our Tracker's Cloak at the Fire Flash. This would be the perfect spot to actually have like a legendary cloak or something of that nature. So we have to kill Arcades again. I don't think it's gonna work again. I think we have to rerun it again. Yeah. So the reason why there was a pause between when you asked that last question and when I forget the guy's name, the keeper over there that we were just talking to, the relic keeper, whatever, is because information wasn't incomplete. It was missing. There's a difference. There's a difference between incomplete information and missing information, and the reason that it was missing is because it was deleted. It was erased. Now, I'm not going to go into all of it. I'm not going to give you the whole deep dive, but suffice to say that the very person for which this warrior has been named for is the one who erased it. Yes, we are talking about Odin himself in Valheim? Is it Valheim? I think it's Valheim. Yeah, the Odin himself is the very reason why... Wait, we're going the wrong way. Is the very reason why we're Arcades there... Not Arcades, the little watcher dude that we were just talking to is not able to access some of the information. See, the discs of Norganon, they don't just give you information on the Earthen, the Trogs, and the Dwarves. No. The discs of Norganon are a living, recorded history of everything that's happened to Azeroth since the world began, basically. Those discs have been recording everything. The good and the bad. And as we all know, if you don't, we can do a lore dive one day. But as we all know, you know... Wait. There... Oh, I went the wrong way. I gotta turn this quest in. As we all know, Odin... We think he's a good guy in Legion, but once we start really deep diving into the lore of both Legion and a little bit of BFA, and I'm trying to see where I need to go. Yeah, this is fine. Even in the Shadowlands, we find out even more. Not to mention some of the books and comics also talk about this. They don't hint about it. They explain it in full detail. Odin's a piece of shit. He's a really bad guy. You know, in Legion, he just comes across as like this, you know, uber warrior god who is all about, you know, serve me in the halls of valor forevermore into the final battle. Like, you just think that's what's going on. No. Odin is full tilt. I want to see them really dive into him and dealing with him. And I really want to see Helya actually get her revenge on him, because of all the people who he did wrong, Helya was the one that he really fucked over. All that for 11 gold.
What's on your mind?
Not even like a gear reward.
How are ya? Off with you.
Okay, so we got a little bit of gold. I'm going to kill these guys. And then we're going to run back over there to that. Now, it could be that that's just like a secondary exit. And if that's what it is, that's fine. Fine with that. Because we still have a whole nother Uldamon to run. We have the Uldamon Keeper of Tyr or Hand of Tyr, whatever Tyr. Legacy of Tyr, I think is what it's called. So we're going to check that out. We're going to do that. My nose is itching. God. Every time I stream, my nose starts itching. I promise you guys, I'm not a crackhead. I promise. Okay, it's not dig 2, is it? No, it's over here. Okay. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know where this goes. Unless it goes to, like, a second battle of Arcades, which would be cool. That would be fine. That would be completely fine. Now, the reason why, and this is a little bit more speculative. A lot of people have speculated on this. But the reason why Odin was able to erase certain information from the discs of Norganon and get away with it without Arcades or the other guy like losing their minds and destroying him is because Odin is the High Speaker. He's the main boss of the Titan Keepers, not the Titans themselves. He's a Titan Keeper. He's one of the last few still standing, and he's the boss. He's the main boss. Okay, this just says Uldamon Badlands. So is this just an exit? I think it's just an exit, and that's fine. Yeah, it's just an exit. We ended up so far away. I did not know this was here. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's kind of lit. All right, so wait. Is that Mithril? That's Mithril. Okay. We're going to check and make sure there are no Zaracotl. Who is that little dude running? Oh, that's a player. Just making sure there aren't any rares popped up. I'll kill rares in a heartbeat. Oh, wait, we're going the wrong way. I meant to go this way. So sorry. So sorry. Wait, there may or may not be. Oh, wait. I'm not going down in there. I'm not going down in there. I don't want to. And you can't make me. Oh, treasure chest. Hello. I got an umbral crystal. You know how many times I've gotten that? I don't even think it sells. Oh, hello. That's a rare. And after you loot him, you can mine him. If you have mining, of course. That's Mithril. I'll stop for like true silver and gold and silver. But Mithril, not so much. I have quite a bit of Mithril on this tune and another one. Okay, so here's the Legacy of Tyr. Oh, wait. You know what? This is current content. It's not soloable. We're not going to run it. We're not going to run it. We're not going to run it. I know that sounds cheesy and lame, but we're not going to run it. Because today's all about, like, fun runs. I just want to be able to solo stuff. Oh, wrong thing. I moved around a few of my hotbars. And now I can't find a damn thing. Okay, so I need to go to Toy Box, and we need to hurt that. No, that's Dalaran. There we go. So we wrote all that down for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Typical. Typical. God, my nose is itching like crazy. I'm not picking it. I'm itching the side of it. God, I've got a spot right here that only itches when I stream. I'm not joking. Every once in a while, it'll itch, but like, and I mean every once in a while. I'm gonna keep this quest up, even though I'm not gonna be able to do it until later. We could have reran it. We could have reran it, but we just ran it and it took a while, so not worried about it. We're gonna go run the stockades. That's a fun run. All of them are fun runs. We're farming. Oh, this was I was gonna talk about earlier. We're farming transmogs, pets, mounts, and crafting materials. And the reason why we're farming the crafting materials is because that goes right back into mogs. I'm going to use the crafting materials to start crafting gear and stuff that I've never made before, never used because I either out-leveled it or my questing rewards and stuff were better. I want to make one of everything so I can equip it as a transmog. That's the... Where are we going? That's not the stockades. We're just flying. We're just flying. So I believe the stockades have a mythic rating. I believe. Oh, I forgot. We got to pick up our new little thingy. Oh, we already did. I'm so scattered. I'm so scattered. I'm so sorry, you guys. I believe there is a mythic rating for this. I believe there is. I could be wrong. Hogger, Overheat, and Randolph Moloch. I'm seeing if there are any quests. I'm not seeing any quests. She literally walked. Is she a ghost? Because I have to, like... I have to open a gate before I can walk through this bitch. So, okay, there's Mortimer. I believe Mortimer is the brother of Randolph. And when you kill Randolph, I think he ends up having like a heart attack or something. I believe. Oh, I have to actually go in there. Okay, so the camera angles kind of suck. I'm gonna kind of keep it tight. I don't like to do that normally. There's Randolph. Okay. Okay, here comes Mortimer, and he's like, egad, or something, or beast, like, something about my entitled heart, or something, my rich, entitled, noble heart, or something like that. He's gonna, like, see his brother dead, and then he's gonna die of, like, a broken heart or something. I guess they're twins, maybe? Egad, my sophisticated heart! And then he falls out. I think his heart literally exploded. I don't think it should have exploded. Wait, which one's Hogger? That's Hogger. We'll save him for last. I like the Baron Overheat, or whatever his name is. Would it be cool to get a fire elemental as like a minion? You know what? I'll say this. You know, frost mages now have a water elemental. Fire mages need to have a fire elemental. Think about that. Why not? Why not? Slag Fury. That's an interesting name for a bad guy. I'm not getting a lot from this run. Let's just call it like it is. I'm really not getting a lot, and I'm going through it quickly. Basically as quickly as I can. You know what we should do? I just thought of this. We should run Shadowfang Keep. We should also, I'm thinking about maybe taking us to Booty Bay. Maybe we should run Zulaman. Or Zul'Farrak. Something. I want to do like a lot of runs today if I can help it. I want us to like get a lot done. Well, I'm not worried about that one. I want to see something, actually. I want to say... Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it might actually be over by where Hogger is. There was supposedly something added... in one of the more recent expansions. It might have been Battle for Azeroth, where you go into, it might be where Hogger is, but you go into, like, looking around in the room and you find a Hogger suit hanging up on a peg or something. Not in here. It might be at the end of the hall where Hogger actually is. And the reigning theory is that Hogger is actually not a bad guy. Okay, this is a conspiracy theory. Let's deep dive into this one. This is more like possible lore. This is something that's never been confirmed by Blizzard, but it's been hinted at. Okay, so you know, like when you're a low-level player and you're running around in Elwyn Forest and you have to finally defeat Hogger. And you defeat him, but you don't kill him. He gets arrested. And then put in the stockades. Well, I want to say in Battle for Azeroth, when you're running through the freeing Princess Talanji scenario, and you have to like make it through Stormwind and whatnot, when you break her out of prison, when you're still in the stockades, I believe. It might even be in the room she's in. I'm not sure. But there's a Hogger suit up on like a peg hook or something somewhere. And it doesn't say it unless you mouse over it. Like, say if this was it, if you moused over it, like it would just say, I guess, Hogger outfit or Hogger suit, something like that. And the reigning theory, okay, there's Warden Thelwater, excuse me. The reigning theory is that Hogger died a long time ago before Akata, and that there has been a guy running the Riverpaw Knolls, but acting as an informant to Stormwind, and he went dark, basically. And that when we defeated him and he got arrested, they were really saving him because the Riverpaw was starting to become suspicious. And so we put him in here to keep him safe. That's the reigning theory. That it's literally just been a guy. In fact, the one theory is that it's Matthias Shaw in a Hogger suit. And that we didn't arrest him, we rescued him. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a really cool theory. That little bird just flew away as soon as he saw me. I'm like, I know, I have a mirror, I know.
You need something? See you.
Second. I'm not worried about that. Alright, so we did that. We did that. We did the thatness of that. Okay. So the next thing we can run, we got a couple of options. We can do Dead Mines. That one there, I'm really leaning towards Dead Mines. I actually ran it this morning. It was last night. I ran it last night about midnight. Technically, that would be this morning. Anyway, I ran it because I was awake. I woke up, and as soon as I got up, I had to pee, ran to the bathroom, peed, and I come back into the bedroom. And before I even got done peeing, I was like, yeah, I'm up. I'm up for the rest of the night. I come in there, and I took my heating pad, and I put it on Joseph. That's kind of something I do every morning now. When I get out of bed, I just put my heating pad on him. Because he tends to kick his covers off in the middle of the night in his sleep, and then he freezes the rest of the night. I don't know why he does that. But that's just, I guess he just doesn't like being wrapped up in it. Anyway, so yeah, I put my heating pad on him, and then I turned on Murder, She Wrote, and he kind of woke up, and I was like, I should not have gone to bed so early yesterday, because I'm up now. And I figured what was going to happen, because this has happened before, I figured what was going to happen was I was going to get up for like an hour or so, and then lay back down. Nope. I've been up since 11 o'clock yesterday. And the only thing that's saving me is I'm really pushing myself. I'm pushing myself, let me tell you. Oh, that's a pot. Okay, I was like, what am I looking at? You guys want to see something cute? I'll show you something cute. And it took me years before I noticed this. I just noticed it recently, actually. This is so cute. This is so cute. Let me show you what I'm about to show you. And it may or may not blow your minds. You guys may already know about this, but I discovered it recently and I think it's so cute. Let me find it. I think it's this next bend. No. Okay, this is it right here. Alright, so. Shit, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, let me and back up. Hold on, let me come. They made a smiley face. These are the eyes, here's the nose, and here's the mouth. They made a smiley face in the game on this beach out of just refuse. I think that's so cute and cool. I know that's dumb, but I think that's so cute. I love stuff like that. I love these little tiny things that. And I wasn't looking for it. I was literally just flying around one day and I just happened to turn my camera at the right angle and I was like, "Aw, that's so cute." I love stuff like that. I like the little tiny touches that you find in video games sometimes. Not even necessarily just WoW. There are places in ESO where you'll, kind of like what Bethesda likes to do with their atmospheric storytelling. You'll come across like a skeleton with like it'll have a backpack or a pickaxe. It'll be next to a mining node, but then it'll also be like half crushed by a rock, so you can immediately surmise that, oh, he was mining and he made too much vibrations and caused a rock slide that killed him, you know. I love shit like that. I love atmospheric storytelling. I love that. And I feel like it's an underutilized thing. Bethesda does a really good job of it they do a decent job in Skyrim, but in Fallout 4 they really took off with it. They really did. And I was very proud of them for that. I really wish that WoW would do it more. WoW does it every once in a while. They don't do it very much. Every once in a while you'll come across a little, you know, like a little old tableau, so to speak, and you'll be like, oh, so this is what happened. But they don't do that very often. In ESO, it's not super often, but it's often enough to warrant, like, okay, it gets mentioned. Where's the guy? Oh, there he is. I was like, somebody killed the vendor? This poor fisherman?
What can I do for you?
I'm just kind of cleaning out my bags a little bit real quick. Give me one hot second. We're going to get rid of all this soulbound stuff. Wait, Cinder Stitch Tunic. Let's see what that looks like. It would be better if it looked like that. If it was black with the red piping. Skeletal Gauntlets. I would have just called them Gold Gauntlets and been done with it. Wicked Dagger. Oh, I like that little bit of color on it, though. That's cute. Cast iron waist plate. Eh. Oh my god. I might. Well, no, I'm not going to keep the platinum sword, but it is cool. I will say this. It would probably behoove you to come through here on an enchanter, because there is an enchanter in there once you know, clear that little area. I think it was Trogs or something. Wait, that first... Wait. I had 2 of the same one. This one and then this one. But this one had a socket. That would have made this one a best in slot back in the day. That would have been a BIS back in the day. Keeping that one. Thank you. Thank you so much. The grays. This says it's going to sell for $3,900. Now, that's obviously for transmogs. Now, I'll tell you this. Selling transmogs is like a long con. It's one of those things where you have to... Hold on, I want to see what that looks like. That's a big ass... That's not a club. That's a damn hammer. That's a Shao Kahn hammer. Selling transmogs, like gray transmogs in particular, is a very long game. You have to... You kind of have to, like, mean it. And you have to stick with it, and you have to repost it constantly. It's one of those things where, like, if you're not dedicated enough to selling those things, you won't sell them because you won't post them enough at even fire sale prices to sell them. Sometimes, and that's the thing that a lot of people get mad about when it comes to, oh, I'm just trying to gold farm, I'm trying to make as much gold as possible. That's fine. Make as much gold as possible. But sometimes, just sometimes, and hear me out on this, I want to hold your guys' hands when I say this. Sometimes, the most gold you're going to make on stuff like that is fire selling it. That's the most gold you're going to make. Because it's too easy for someone to save their gold that for something you're trying to charge 8,000 gold for. It's too easy for them to run over here to dead mines and just farm it themselves. It won't take but 2 seconds to farm it themselves. Okay, so this morning when I ran dead mines, I ran it on Mythic. So we're not going to run this on Mythic. We're actually going to run it on regular, which means we'll fly through it even quicker, which, to be fair, I was still one-shotting everything on Mythic. I'm going to run around and farm all the ore real quick. That's 10. Here we go. There it is. I was like, I know it's around here somewhere. Basically, I'm farming the possibility... Can I please? There we go. We need to go through there. Yes. That's where the little zombie dudes are. I like the zombie dudes because they have a chance of dropping a few pieces that are, like, worth it. That's just linen cloth. 10 ore. Sometimes you can get the like undead foreman in here.
It's too far away.
That one there had 3 copper ore on him. I'll take it. There's an excavator. Foreman thistle nettle. Okay. Oh, all he dropped was the calico belt. Well, ding dang it. Anyway, Foreman thistle nettle will sometimes drop the cold iron pick. Well, we got a green there. The cold iron pick is a bind on pickup item that is very unique. I don't have it on this tune. I have it on Riondao, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's check. Let's go to all characters, and we need to go to Riondao, and we need to go to bank character. That's not it. Let me just type in pick. Do I not have it? I know I have it. I might have gotten rid of it. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let's check Odin. That's the one we're on. There it is right there. The cold iron pick. It is on this character. My bad. It's a mining pick. But it's an axe, actually. It's an actual two-handed weapon. And at level 28, it's a really good two-handed weapon for a Fury Warrior because you can put it in one hand and still wield another two-hander. But it also works as a mining pick. And back when you first looted this, back in like Classic or Burning Crusade, you didn't have to keep a mining pick in your bag. You could just have this on your character. Well, they're respawning already. Wouldn't it be cool if Thistle Nettle like respawned and we got the damn cold iron pick from them again? That'd be kind of cool. Just looking. Yeah, nobody else has respawned. Also, I want to see something. That's copper, tin, copper. I just want to see if any gold had spawned. I'm always looking for gold. If there's gold in them Dar Hills, I'm gonna mine it. But I'll take copper too. Copper, okay, so copper has always been a very viable source of gold, right? It still is, don't get me wrong, it still is. But let me tell you something. I discovered something recently that I was shizooked. That's just cool to watch a Shadow Priest run around with that purpley, voidy stuff going. Isn't that neat looking? Okay, so the Brainwashed Noble is not here. I just wanted to see. And I think I can mine this without having to go... Yeah. I was kind of hoping the Brainwashed Noble would be here, but he's not, so it's fine, it's good, it's whatever, it's a hair flip. And I don't think there's anything in here, but we'll check. Sometimes a chest spawns in there, sometimes. Anyway, alright, we're going to reset this to... Oh, it is on normal. Okay, no problem. I guess every time you leave a dungeon, it just resets all of your settings. Anyway, what I was going to say is, see, when you go through this in Mythic, none of these guys are here. None of these guys are here. This place is just blank. What I like is there's a quartermaster in here.
Good day to you.
I thought he sold more than this. I thought he sold more than this. Just looking. Give me 1 second. That's 137 that sells at a gold a piece. I can make. So anyway, oh, copper. Copper has always been a very viable gold mine. I mean, literally. Copper sells for 4.5 gold, basically, a piece. So that's a good amount of gold. Iron, though, sells for almost 9. When I discovered that, I was...
See you later.
Shooketh. In fact, I have some unread mail from the auction house, and that's what it is. I sold a bunch of ore that I mined on this character. So it's at least a couple hundred, but might be a couple of grand. I'm just looking to see. Oh, wait, there's some copper ore right here. This guy's holding a kobold. What the fuck? Oh, he's using the little candle on the kobold's head to light the fuse on. That's cute and clever. I actually like that. I actually really like that. I think that's cute and clever. I'm looking around to see if there's any treasure chests. There's usually one over here sometimes. But not this time. I'll tell you something else I recently discovered. And by recently, I mean this morning. You can fish in this water. I had no idea. I had no idea that you could fish in this water. Shooketh. Now, I fished in it this morning when I had the dungeon set on Mythic, and all I got was like a rock or something. But you can actually fish up too if you sit here long enough. Just looking. Buzzer blade. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't actually look to see what other kind of loot skis we're gonna get. Let's see what the buzzer blade looks like. That's the buzzer blade? That's stupid looking. I'm sorry. And then the gold flecked gloves. I wouldn't call that gold flecked. I'm sorry. I would not call that gold flecked at all. Not even a teensy. Now, normally, I don't like killing like everything here. But you know what? Today, we're not worried. We're going to kill everything. I just want to get through this. Oh, we got a schematic. Now, I am, in fact, these cocktails you can actually pick up. There's supposed to be one right there, but I can't ever pick that one up. It drives me nuts. I don't need them. I just sell them. I just sell them. It's just a little bit of hot vendor garbage. I don't like killing the monkeys, but today I gotta get through this. I want to hit at least 1 or 2 more dungeons today. Now these little teleporters will take you all the way back to the front, where you can empty your bags and then you can teleport back here. I think more dungeons need that kind of a mechanic, because not everybody empties their bags out before they run dungeons, which that's a stupid thing to do. That is a stupid thing to do. But I mean, we've all been there. Gold-plated buckler and, well, I don't even. Armbands of exiled architects. That's cloth, but I want to see what that looks like. It's literally going through the plating of my gloves. That's cute. Not. Rusty Warhammer. Okay, these two Defias Overseers are like, they should be rares, honestly. If you sneak up on them, sometimes they'll have a conversation about how someone broke something. And they're like, you got to tell her. And they're like, I'm not telling her. You tell her.
I need to get closer.
Now, in the mythic version of this dungeon, there's a faux reaper right here that you can actually commandeer and run around on. I never did it.
Reaper 5000 online.
I love that voice. It's very Battlestar Galactica, when the little Cylons are like, by your command. I love that so much. Wait, can I also? No, I can't do those. Just that one. There's always a little bit of some stuff. The smelting pot, I believe you can actually sit here and smelt stuff. I believe. We could try it. And then there's like literally an anvil. And I want to say back in the day there was like a recipe of something you could put together, but you could only do it at the foundry anvil. I think it was like foundry specific. Where's that schematic? A small C4M charge. I can sell that for a little bit. Box of assorted parts. It's just some blasting powder. That's it. Well, it's similar to an anvil. I don't know if you noticed that, but the device that were invisible, you could really see them. Look at that. That's actually cool looking.
It's too far away.
I got the Traveler's Backpack. Back in the day, that was some bank, let me tell you. I'll tell you something else also. Like, just now that took like a fraction, like the tiniest little sliver of my health. But on Mythic, that took almost half my health. That's a food crate. I'll take that. Bitch. Okay. So there's a hidden quest in this area right here. You can kill all of these parrots, which is fine, right? But if you're on an outlaw rogue, and you have the green wing macaw pet, if you go over there to that ghostly parrot, you'll suddenly get like a little action button, and it will repel you all the way up to this little area up here, right? And it will give you a quest to farm 100 of these red Defias masks. I have thriz of them. If you get 100 of them, you can turn them in for the for a transmog. You don't get the actual gear. You unlock an appearance set for some gear that's no longer in the game. It's a rogue set. I bet you though. Well, it's a ghost apparition looking dude that gives you the quest. I wonder if I have a. I feel like I have a toy that launches me up into the sky. Hold on, first of all, filter. There we go. I'm not sure what it would be called. Ancient Pandaren fishing. I wonder if this actually works elsewhere or if it just works in Pandaria. Aviana's feather can only be used in Draenor. Let's see. Nope, I'm in the wrong zone. It really doesn't work. Huh. I wanted to see if I could do it, you know? But it's fine. Let's go kill Rip Snarl. I'm actually not even worried about all of these Defias people. Apparently, I attacked the cannon. I didn't know that was a thing. I really didn't know that was a thing. No, I don't know. I don't know for sure if I'm going to have the same end quests as I did on Mythic, where you have to kill this one, kill Cookie, and then kill Vanessa. Excuse me. And then
Until it is too late.
after you defeat her, you have to do like the nightmare thing. There's Cookie. Hello, Cookie. Captain Cookie. He's really just a chef. Cookie stirring rod. Yeah, no, there's no Vanessa Van Cleef because there would be a note right there. It's a wand. It's a... looks like a... I don't know what it looks like. A chicken scratcher or something. Alright, so we need to get... I'm trying to figure out a way... Well, I took damage, but I'm still water walking on this thing. I don't know how that happened, but you know what? Tiny miracles, we'll take it. We'll take it. Tel Abyim banana. You know what? I don't think we've ever been to Tel Abyim, have we? Have we ever been to Tel Abyim in the game? I don't know. I really have no clue. I have no effing clue. Don't you love how, like, depending on where you are, the ceiling can or cannot be there? For realsies. For realsies. I'm a little munchy. I need some snacky snacks. I don't have any snacky snacks. I tried to have a zebra cake Swiss roll, and the damn thing fell apart all over Joseph's fresh clean floor that he had just cleaned. Again, that's not my fault. I had nothing to do with that. It literally, I opened it up, went to take a bite, and I've never seen one do that before. Never seen one do that before. Okay. Luckily, there's a guy right here that we can sell some shit to.
How are you?
Well, I had 4 Defias masks. My bad. Rock Slicer. What's that look like? I mean, it's a decent axe, but Smite's Reaver is a little bit more creepier. Cape of the Brotherhood, like the Defias Brotherhood. I guess that goes along with it. Oh, look, we got a footlocker. Neato. Oh, the Blackwater Cutlass. Okay, so that, back in the day... Oh, we got the Defias Rapier. Hello. Okay, so, okay. Back in the day, selling these was bank. I'm not joking. Maybe not so much now, but back in the day, that shit was worth some munties. That's a cool looking little vest. I like that. Oh, these gloves, metalworking gloves. Oh, those are pretty. Actually, you know what? Let's grab that again and see what it looks like now. It's a very small, ugly. That looks handmade. That looks like a kindergartner made that in pottery class. I know this is boring when I have to like empty my bags. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to be very quick about it. We're going to send all of this stuff to other tunes too to empty out our bags. We're going to pull out our Brutosaur real quick to use the mail. See, I sold some tin ore, some iron ore, some big mouth clams. I'm stunned about that. And the small eggs. Actually, I'm kind of stunned. Anyway, let's send all these greens to Khaleesi real quick. Not that one. That's a gray. I'm not going to immediately disenchant all these things. I'm actually sending them to Khaleesi to sell. And what doesn't sell, I will then disenchant. The backpack can also go in, because she makes backpacks. It's cooking. Oh. Alright, and then Starbuck is going to get all of my ore and gems. There we go. And then Sylvanas gets all my cooking materials. I send all kinds of stuff to specific tunes. I think that's pretty much it. We got a Foot Locker. That's so cute. Look at that. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. That is so cute. We freed up a lot of space, actually. All right. We're going to Stranglethorn Vale. We just missed the little PvP Ring of Blood thing where Short John Mithril drops a chest. He drops it at 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., and 12 p.m., and then 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and 12 a.m. again. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. We missed it by a half hour. Just checking to see if there are any treasure chests that have spawned in here. That I know where some of them spawn. Now, let me show you guys something. We're gonna try turning on an add-on or mod. Yeah, add-on. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's from the Handy Notes, and it's one of its like supplementals. If you go all the way down to the bottom here, we have Old World Treasures. No, it said, well, it doesn't say incompatible anymore. Let's reload. It might actually work. Basically, what it does is it shows me on the map. And it's not working. It's not working. Although I do see some silver. Let's go grab that real quick. But it's supposed to show me on the map where all of the old world treasures are, and it will show like a whole bunch of like little tiny treasure chests. It's not working. Let's log out real quick. Let's log out. Oh my god. Hurting so bad. So bad. My hips and my knees. Oh my god. I work on concrete floor. You know, like I do a lot of bending, squatting, walking. I did laps and laps today. We got a new girl. I don't like her. Immediately, I don't like her. Let me tell you what she did. Let me tell you what she did, and you're not going to like her either. Is my internet acting stupid? Please tell me my internet's not acting stupid. No, it's not acting stupid. My game is. So you guys know this about me. That's not what I meant to do. You guys know this about me. I'm not antisocial. I'm anti-people, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like to be around people that I don't know. I know that sounds stupid. It does say incompatible. It says load out-of-date add-ons. It hasn't been updated. You know, I sent all that shit off, but I didn't actually grab the gold that was sitting in my mailbox. I'm so stupid. We may only have time for like one more dungeone, because I'm sucking down soda like a freaking addict. And I'm not addicted. Yeah, it's not working. I think I know of a possible fix to get it working, but it would require too much effort while I'm live streaming to do it. That's 10. When I'm in these lower level areas, I will stop and grab copper and iron, but I mostly look for either gold, true silver, or silver. And that's it. And then I'm also looking for, make sure that's 10. I'm not worried about 10. I'm also looking for fishing nodes, but not like regular like fishing nodes. I'm looking for the little wreckage nodes, because that's where you get all of your little either iron bound chests or mithril bound chests, that sort of thing. And when you open them, you generally just get like the lower level ones. You generally just get like a little bit of this is what I was looking for. Like a little bit of crafting materials, a little bit of gold, but every once in a while you can actually get like a rare piece of gear or something out of them, even greens. I've gotten 1 or 2 blues from low level treasure chests. It's just finding them. That's the thing. I don't see any of them around here. Okay, I see that. That's true silver? Nope, silver. And there's iron. So I will grab the iron. The iron is Muntisha. Munty is hunty. I'm just checking to see if, I know what that is, but I want to see if that is iron. Okay. At 9 gold a piece, 200 iron could be 1,800 gold. I can make 200 iron in like 30 minutes or so. Think about it. If you're only averaging 2 to 3 iron per node, you only have to hit about 75. This is the guy I was looking for. Now, he's a rare. He's not hostile. I kill him anyway because he has a 1 in... It doesn't say it on here. I have to look on this guy. Let me move away from him so I can mouse over him. 1 in 125 chance to drop the Razashi hatchling. Now that little monster, I've got 1, I believe. That little monster is worth some gold. The Razashi hatchling actually only spawns from a handful of locations. I think the last time I looked at it, I think it only had like 5 possible locations. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And the ones right here on the coast, this one, this one, and this one, they're all from one, oh, no. What level is, oh, level 30? He won't bother me. He won't bother me at all. Yeah, he's not gonna bother me. Okay, you wanted to play, just so you know. I mean, yeah, that's really your fault, dude. I had no intention of attacking you or your pet. Sorry.
Greetings. Go in peace.
Let me say. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I think they actually, like, I think they logged out. They were afraid to go, like, res their pet or something. I didn't want to kill their pet. I didn't want to. That's on them. I don't know why their pet suddenly decided to attack me. Maybe that was a PvP thing. I don't know. Alright, so we need to go to Northern Stranglethorn if we want to actually do a Dungeone. Do we want to do a Dungeone? I think we do, but not Zul'Gurub. What's close by? Hold on. That's Blasted Lands. That doesn't have a Dungeone. We just did, okay, Burning Steppe has Blackrock Mountain. Temple of Atal Hakar. You know, we might be dungeoned out, actually. I'm trying to think of a place we could go. Red Ridge. You know what? I got an idea. Let's just farm. Let's go over here to the Explorers League dig site, which is this way. Over this little hill. We're going to take a flight path. Trying to find this, there we go. Oh, there's Kermok. Now, Kermok is listed as a rare, drops a rare item, but when you mouse over him, he has an exclamation point. I believe it's because not only is he a rare, but he's also, part of a quest. I've tamed him twice so I can have twin Kermoks on my Beast Mastery Hunter. In fact, I think it's Sylvanas. I also grabbed Mahame and Sukalu, the two spirit beasts. That being said, I'll never get rid of Loknahak. We love the silver. I said I was going to go over here and fly to, I was going to fly to Red Ridge. Red Ridge is probably one of my favorite places to farm. Oh, this is what I was going to tell you guys about. I was so pissed. I ran around on this tune here, Odin, for the longest time farming here, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to farm here in this area. And I got a couple of really good pieces of gear, transmogs and stuff, and I was happy about it. I didn't get hardly any silver or gold. Then I hopped on my Beast Mastery Hunter and I tamed Kermok twice. Because he will respawn, even though he's a rare, he will respawn pretty quickly. But as I was flying around and on a what's the empty barrel about? Hello. As I was flying around on a non-mining character, I ran across a node of silver right there. And right there. Two of them back to back. Basically side by side. You want to talk about pissed? I knew if I logged out and logged back in on another character, it wasn't going to be there. I knew. I already knew. I was so pissed. Ooh, I was so pissed.
I need to target something first.
I was so angry. So I had started, like, putting together in my head while I was in the shower earlier. I had started putting together in my head I knew I saw a half-buried bottle. I'm starting on a list of things that I want to see or could be implemented in the future of World of Warcraft to just kind of like zhuzh it up a little bit. What is that up there? That's iron. I do want iron, but I don't have to work for it. And I do want to talk about it because, you know, I like theory crafting on WoW. But it's one of those things that while I'm gaming, while I'm streaming or whatever, it's hard for me to like put it to words coherently because I'm so distracted. So what I want to do is I want to sit down and I want to make a list of things that they could do in the game to kind of zhuzh things up a little bit, kind of spice it up.
Looking for something specific? See you later.
Just anything that you got to hit him up at the right times. He does carry like tailoring recipes sometimes that are not sold in Booty Bay, or not Booty Bay, but the Port Authority over here. But yeah, I want to open my mail. How much did I make total? 593 gold off of like maybe an hour's worth of farming. That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't really see anything I need to throw in my bank right now. We'll look at that in a moment. One moment. I'm just looking. What is that? Electrocutional leg. Okay. I think I need to take that with me if I want to run on Courage, maybe? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to take the air taxi. There's Ripa. I wish Ripa was tameable. But unfortunately, it's a fish.
Ancestors watch over you.
Where's the... Here it is. Flight path. I was like, where's the flight path? Guess we're going to Lakeshire Red Ridge. I was just trying to see what was the straightest shot. I don't mind a little bit of a flight path, but I hate when like you have to go to one place, but you have to go to 17 other places and then hoop back around. If I have to take a straight, if I can, I like taking a straight shot close by and then flying to where I'm meant to be. If that's quicker and easier. But yeah, anyway, what I was going to say is I want to sit down and I want to make a list of, yeah, Booty Bay. I want to make a list of stuff for like professions, questing items that they could do, or even possible new specs, new races. I have ideas, but I get on these little tangents and I tend to get either distracted from the conversation or I don't have a really clarified vision of what I want to tell you guys about. So what I want to do is put my ideas down in a unified bullet point, basically, where I can go through it one by one while either on a flight path or just farming and stay on topic and then tell you about each one of them. If I really had the time, I would actually use like an art program or something and do some mock-ups of ideas I have, and I really do have some interesting ones. I have ideas of how we could revisit old expansions, actually. Like for instance, going back to Draenor. How it could work and what we could do to revamp the questing. And I don't mean like play through Warlords of Draenor again. I mean another expansion where we return and deal with the repercussions of not ever returning for the last 35 years. You know, dealing with Yril and her light schmotzies. You know what I'm saying? Getting through that raid we never got. Like, there was so much cut content in Warlords of Draenor, which is why it was so hard from a lore standpoint to understand really what was going on. At times, there was, I believe, 2 cut dungeons and 1 cut raid. I believe that's what that was. I believe that's how that went. And, like, there was a whole thing with Marad. There was a whole thing with Yril we were supposed to go through. And I would like to see at some point, I know this is both wishful thinking and also probably not wishful thinking. I would like to see the return of Sylvanas at some point, which is probably going to happen soon. And I would also like to see the return of Illidan and the Keepers, and maybe even Sargeras. And for him to be like, see, I told you guys. I want him to be a reformed Sargeras. Or, if he's not reformed, I want... Oh, Durka! That's the name of the guy. I want either him to be reformed, or, on the flip side of that, not reformed at all, but he's also corrupted all the other Titans, and Illidan is their prisoner. I don't ever want Illidan to die, even though he was the bad guy in Burning Crusade. The fact that they deep dove into his lore. Oh, what's up, Lake Shirt? You got back on WoW again. I love that. I love that. I love that so much. I really does. I really does love that. I take full responsibility, and I'm fine with that. I really am. I'm so fine with that. I'm so fine with that. I'm A-okay. I'm okay to go. I love that so much. So there's a couple of things I wanted to look at while we're here in Red Ridge. One was this tree. There's a treasure chest that spawns there sometimes. We're farming rares, we're farming treasures, and we're farming nodes, but more like specific nodes. I'm even kind of passing by copper at this point, unless it's just like really close by like this. I'm mostly looking for gold, silver, and true silver. Because that's Munty. And as I like to say all the time, Munty is Hunty. There's also a treasure chest that will spawn in here. And up top. I don't see it. There's one that can spawn in this, in this little cave sometimes. And it hasn't, so we're not going to worry about it. Hey, dude, you're late. that dude, he went... How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. You should have been here. I'm kind of in a manic phase right now. I've been dealing with insomnia. I've been up since yesterday. It's kind of a sucky day at work. Oh, I didn't tell you guys the drama. It's not really drama. Okay, so I got stuck on a tangent and completely forgot to tell you about the drama. So we have a new, I say a new hire. She's actually a transfer from another location in the company that I work for. And as you guys know, I'm the type of person, I'm not antisocial. I just don't like being around people I don't know. But I will afford someone like a certain amount of time, and then I'll start opening up and talking to them and getting to know them. I just need a little bit of time to acclimate. I'm kind of like a beta fish. You guys know the little beta fish. You have to leave them in the baggie when you get them from the pet store, and then you put the bag in the water, and you let the water become the same temperature as the aquarium water, but you also... There's Row the Silent. That's a rare. You also let him get acclimated to the other fish in the aquarium, because you can't just immediately put a beta fish in an aquarium full of fish. He'll run around either killing all the other fish or die trying. Beta fish are incredibly hostile. They really are. I've gone through a couple. I did have one that was perfectly fine. She was the sweetest thing in the world, and her name was Murphy Brown. That's all I'm going to talk about on that subject. Anyway, so I'm kind of a beta fish. I have to be left alone in my baggie in the main aquarium for a while before I'm ready to commingle, cohabitate, and cooperate. Anyway, it was this girl's first day. And I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm going to say her name is Bluesin. And Bluesin, I don't want to make a broad sweeping generalization about one specific person based on a hearsay that I may have hearsayed, but because you know that's not my nature. But she kept making eyes at me, not like moon eyes or anything, but like she kept like cutting her eyes at me and looking at me. Now, to be fair, everyone who knows me and follows me knows for the last week or so, my mental health hasn't been the best.
I'm out of range.
I'm the type of person, when I'm going through something, I internalize a lot until I finally just unleash, like I did on like a stream or two ago. That was a fun one, wasn't it? But I just kept to myself today, not because of her, my mental health. Although I could tell. I took one. You ever been out in public or something, or at your job, and someone new gets introduced to the area, and you take one look at this person, and you're immediately like, no, no, thank you, no, thank you.
Hey,
There will be no fuckery today. Thank you very much. Anyway, I took one look at this person, and I said no. I said no. I said no. I continue to say no. So I just kept to myself, and my coworkers, bless their accepting and loving and acclimated hearts. They know me. They know who I am. They know what I'm about. They know that when I'm quiet, I'm internalizing, I'm keeping to myself, and I'm not bothering anyone. I'm just trying to get my work done. And to be fair, today was an extremely large work day, and it was a 10-hour day. So, you know, rightfully so, I'm keeping to myself. There's Katal. I took my lunch break, and when I went into the break, I took it in my car. I went to my car because I'm kind of avoiding people. It's just a day to avoid folks. I'm sorry. It is the day it's the day of avoidance. It is the holy Saturday of spiritual avoidance. So I went into the break room to clock back in, and one of my managers, Jess, God love her, she was like, so Blue's in, said something, and I'm like, who the hell's that? That's the first time I'd heard this girl's name. And she goes, oh, that's the new girl. And I was like, okay, what'd she say? She's like, and she said my title because she didn't know my name. He's real quiet. He ain't talking to nobody. And Jess was like, oh, he's a hoot. He's just really busy, and he's really focused. Once he gets to talking, he'll make you laugh, 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 laugh. And I know Jess was just being kind and thoughtful and like running interference and making sure that, you know, the team runs smoothly, but I wish she hadn't have done that. And it's, again, that's not her fault. She didn't know no better. I'll say this about Bluesin, and please don't be offended by this if you're watching this on the VOD later and think I'm like being sexist or anything. But my thing is, like, if you're going to be an outgoing person at your job, and there's nothing wrong with that because I'm outgoing with the people I know and I'm comfortable around. But if you're going to be an outgoing person at your job, you can't be outgoing with just one of the genders. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be gregarious and verbose and quite loquacious and long-winded, you need to do so with all the genders. Now, she's working. She's working. I'll give her that. She's working. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing, I'm assuming, because I don't work with her or the rest of the team. I'm part of the team, but I work by myself. And that's the best way for me, actually. And not because I'm antisocial, but because if I start talking, I get sidetracked. Imagine that. But I will say, other than Jess, I didn't see Bluesian talking to any other women. And we got plenty of women in my workplace. We're pretty balanced on the gender scale at my day job. I will say this. I have a very equal opportunity day job. And this isn't about women. This is about another situation. Sometimes we're a little too equal opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we didn't need to hire that person. Sometimes we don't always need to take a chance. And I know that everyone needs help, but some folks can't be helped until they want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't help someone until they're ready to be helped. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, back to Belusion. So, every time I turn around, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied talking because it's starting to rile me up a little bit. But she was doing this thing that I don't like anyone to do. It doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, if they're good looking or not. I can't stand when I'm trying to avoid someone and they start getting in my orbit on purpose. On purpose. On purpose. Oh, we're in an ad. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I will halt the story until the ad's over because I know Lake Shirt wants to hear this. Probably everyone does at this point because I'm really hyping it up. I'm just looking for any more true silver or gold or regular silver. Oh no, the ad break is finishing. Okay. So anyway, she kept doing that. She kept orbiting me and trying to stay in my line of vision, and I'm very quick to turn my body real quick and act like it's not on purpose. But here's the thing. Whether or not I'm a quiet person or not. And I had to have this conversation recently with a member of management. I'm the type of person, until I'm ready to talk about something or interact with anyone, get the fuck away from me. I can't stand that. I mean, it makes me want to clock out and go home. Because my only other recourse is to have a panic attack. I don't want to have a panic attack. Let's clear that up right now. But it feels like an attack. I know there's something wrong with me, but if you don't want to talk to somebody, you don't have to talk to them. Even if they walk by and say hello, you don't owe them a hello back. I know there's people who are like, well, I'm just being, it's common decency. Fuck your common decency. Not everybody is okay talking to people. Like, I'm very social. I'm very social on here because it's a little bit more anonymous. But, like, I can't stand when I'm actively avoiding being around someone and they take that as a personal challenge to invade my personal bubble. Because I'm going to tell you something. We're not going to be friends after that. We're not going to be friends. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to win him over. No. I'm going to get along with you because I have to. That's my job. But I hate you. Like, I hate you. Get the fuck away from me. That sort of thing. Like, I'm very much like that. Like, once I've already made it clear I don't want to be around you, and you start like, oh, I'm gonna win him over. I'm gonna make him my. Oh no, we will never be friends. Let me tell you a funny story. This is part 2 of this. So, the only person that can make me change my opinion of someone is me. So, I have a really good friend that I met at my day job. His name is Dallas. He's like the brother I wish I'd always had. Sweet guy, funny, dark humor. When he first started at my store, I hated his guts. I made a snap decision, and I'm wrong. And I tell this story all the time as a way to, like, let other people know you can't always trust your gut, because every once in a while it'll lie to you, because we're all angry, hateful, bitter people. But what happened was, he transferred in from another location. The way my company works is they don't really do a lot of outside hiring for management. They prefer to promote from within. It does happen sometimes, but we prefer to promote from within. And that's what happened with Dallas. He started off as like a regular team member, and he got promoted up to lower management. And the reason that they transferred him to our store is every time you get promoted up, you move to a new location. And you can sometimes circle back to your starting location depending on how many times you promote up. But they do that to kind of like keep it fair to where like people can't say, oh, well, they're playing favorites with the people that they like, you know. They always try to start you off somewhere else when you get promoted up. That way you don't play favorites. You don't know anybody. And you also get a clean slate. So if you're a more problematic manager, you get a clean slate. Our company is very fair like that. It's very hard to lose your job at the company I work for. Very hard to. It's not impossible. I've seen it happen. But it is hard to do. So anyway, Dallas started. And Dallas is what you would call... And I hope he sees this and it gives him a little chuckle. Because he knows that he knows this. We've talked about it. We both laugh about it. But he's what you would call... traditionally aesthetically attractive. He's tall, kind of well built, and he's got like ruggedly good looks. He's very like classically handsome. He's not my type at all because I like him. You know, I like my boys big. Wait, is that a? No, that's just a. That's a elite. That's not a rare. I like my boys big. I like them brawny. I love a bear. I'm a chubby chaser. You know, all bodies are beautiful. Let's just say that real quick. But he's not my type. You know, even though he's a very good looking guy, he's not my type. But I took one look at him and I was like, oh, he's a pretty boy. He's not here to work. He's not here to help the team. He's a piece of shit. Like I was, in my head, I was just tearing him to shreds. And he worked there for a good 2-3 months. I said not a single word to him. Not a single word. Not a hello, not a good morning. I didn't even look at him. I treated him like he didn't exist. I do that with every new person. It's not me picking on people. I have to acclimate to them before I can interact with them. That's just the way, that's my tism, you know. So anyway, there was a day where a specific thing called a code blue happened. That's not a hospital code blue. It's a different code blue. Let's just say that real quick. I don't work at a hospital. But this thing called a code blue came down, and I'm trained well enough, and this isn't a brag. This is a humble brag, but it is not a brag. I'm well enough at my job to where there's an auditory cue when those happen, and you can hear them throughout my business's location when you're inside, of course, because it just repeats. I hear it and immediately I go take care of it, because if I don't, it's just going to keep repeating that sound. And I like staying on top of things. That way, if a manager walks by and says, hey, did you get such and such? Yeah, I already got that. It's fine. It's been handled. You know, I take a lot of pride in what I do. So I'm somewhere in my store's location, and poor Dallas, he's just doing his due diligence. He's just doing his job. And I'm gonna reenact what happened. Bless his heart. I feel, to this day I feel bad. I still feel bad about this, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I'm like squatted down doing something, right? I'm working, and he walks up, and he's got the code blue printed out on a piece of paper, and he walks up, and I'm gonna use this as a prop. He's like, I'm Daniel. And I just looked at him. I still haven't said a single word to him for like 3 months. Not a single word. He goes, I don't know if you saw this or not, but there was a code blue. And this is what I did. I'm not joking. I went just like this. I said, I already got it. And I went right back to what I was doing. And he was like, okay. And he just took off running away from me. And the second that happened, because the look of both fear and relief that he didn't have to talk to me, and the first thing I ever said to him was so kind of hateful, I immediately was like, oh, I just realized I forgot to put my camera back down. Immediately, I was like, immediately my brain was like, okay, this has gone on long enough. He's just doing his job. And so, bless his heart, he was just doing his job. And again, I wasn't doing it to be hateful. I just take a lot of, I don't like being micromanaged. And because we'd never had any interactions, he doesn't know me from Adam. And so he doesn't know how I work, if I had already gotten it. He was just doing his job. And I got a little snippy. And immediately I told myself, I'm being unfair to this poor boy. He's just doing his job. And in the 3 months that he's been there, he's done a good job. He's done a really good job. He's helped the team. He's helped the bottom line. He's helped the company. He's a friendly guy, from what I could tell, you know. And I was like, I gotta stop this. I'm being too much. It was a wake up. I was so mean, it woke me up. You ever been so mean to somebody that you're like, damn, I'm being a bitch? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him see the nice side of me, the real side of me. And over the course of like a week or two, you know, I started getting to know him a little bit, and I was warmer and friendly. I wasn't like, you know, like, oh my God, you're the best person in the world. I wasn't like that. But it very quickly became that. Within maybe a month, he became like my best friend. And I was the only person at my location that got an invite to his wedding. There was quite a few hurt feelings. Now, to be fair, space was limited. I made the cut. We may not talk every day because, you know, he's, you know, he's still with the company. He's at another location. He's got a wife. I think they're trying for a child. You know, he's got life as well, you know, other things like family and like housing and whatnot. Just regular stuff, and I do too. But we try to text several times a week and catch up and whatnot. Like, I consider him very much like my brother now. And what's crazy about that is it almost didn't happen that way. I had to tell myself, okay, you're being a bitch right now. And I'm glad that I had that conversation with myself. And I say that to say that that is not going to be the case with this new girl Bluesin. I'm sorry. If you want to be friendly, you got to be friendly with everybody. I mean, unless it's just someone you don't vibe with. But really, every girl in the store you don't vibe with, only the guys. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then taking a bit of an offense that I'm not talking to you like we're besties on your first day. You don't know me. I don't know you. I could be crazy. I could be a psychopath. You could be a murderer. You could spit in my eye and give me hep C. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I'm not saying she has that. I'm just saying it could happen. At the very least, HPV. Because everyone has that, basically. Oh my God, I gotta watch that show. There's a cartoon, like it's a more adult version of, I guess, Batman and Harley Quinn. And there's a scene where, like, I think Batman has a crush on Harley Quinn or something, and the Joker is like, you know she has HPV, right? And I'm just like, that's the most hilarious thing. And Kaylee Cuoco, who played Penny on Big Bang Theory, she voices Harley Quinn. I think that's so funny. I could see her voicing Harley Quinn too, by the way. There's a cave right there. What's in there? There's a true silver in there. We gotta go in there. We gotta go in there. I wasn't going to go in the cave, but then I saw that true silver pop up. Look, there's a mithril right there. So, these are some really tiny ogres. Ogres are usually bigger than this. There's the true silver. I see it. Now I'm just gonna run through here real quick and look and see if there are any treasure chests. I doubt it, but we'll look. We'll look. There's no reason why we can't look. It's like window shopping. Just because you're looking doesn't mean you have to try everything on. Nope. No treasure chests in here. And I don't have to kill every ogre. But the demon inside me needs to kill every ogre. They're hyper spawning too. I mean, I just killed that thing. Dust Belcher. Merchant? Wait, can you buy from him if you're on a horde character? Are they all merchants? There's no way they all are merchants. What the freak? You know what? If they... We have armor that fits Colterans. They're not much different in terms of, like, body type from these ogres, these smaller ogres. Ogres could be a playable race. And you know what? That's something else. I really wish I could get 5 minutes with Blizzard at BlizzCon even, and like with a question, I'd be like, you know what? There's a way to put every single race in the game that people have been asking for forever, and you've already got the tech in the way in the game already with Drakthir. It's called Visage Forms. You could do that with Naga, with... I want to see playable Murlocs, Jinyu, Hosen, Ogres, Naga. What's the other thing? What are the, I have to... Oops. I need to go to Northrend. So, Tuskar, and then the little, what are they? They're like the Wolvar, the little Wolvar. I would love to see those in the game as a playable race. And we already know that Murlocs can be coded to wear armor because, and I think it's coming, because in Dragonflight, when we go to like alternate versions of Azeroth through the Shifting Sands, we go to Azmurloth, which is a whole Murloc planet basically, and they're all running around. Like there's a Garrosh, there's a Thrall, there's a Varian, there's a Anduin, there's a Sylvanas, there's a Bane, but they're all Murlocs. And you know, I think we're done on this character. We've been running around farming and running my mouth long enough. I just wanted to see if there was any gold or anything. Nope, I guess not. You know what? Just for funsies, just to see how she flies. Let's do a quick scan while I have a sippy of my drink, and then we'll find out how much gold we can make with the little bit of stuff in here, like the ore and whatnot. It usually gets to about 50-55%, and then it hits 100. Alright, so I don't know what this gorilla thing is for. I have it on another character as well. I need to... Yeah, I have 2 on Sylvanas. I need to see if those are like currency for something. Alright, so we've got True Silver. It's selling for 4.5. This Star Ruby's selling for 5.75. Aquamarine, not so much. Globe of Water. Elemental Earth. I know the cloth is not selling for hardly anything. Mithril ore selling for 10.21. I'm going to sell mine for 10.15. That's still over 1,000 gold for the little bit of time we flew around. Iron is selling for 8 gold even. We'll do ours for 7. It's dropped a little bit, but I mean, that's still 341 gold. Silver ore selling for... Good lord, that's actually really good. 10 ore... I'll go down one little bit. copper is still viable, but I want to farm a whole bunch more copper before I like to sell it in like bulk. The giant egg. Wow. Thorium. Actually, this right here, that's a really good price for. I've got 7 of these selling at 20. That's 140 gold right there. This is selling for 300. I'm going to sell mine for half that. That's how you make your gold. You sell it at both fire sale prices. And a lot of the times, it's so high, the way they're selling it, that it won't sell. And then they'll see mine and they'll be like, oh, that's such a good bargain. That's half the price. Oh my god, my nose is itching. I believe that this is... Hold on. I actually don't want to... Yeah. I always put 95 silver on the end of whatever it is I'm selling. See, that looks like such a better bargain than like 140 gold. That's how you make your gold. You'll just end up selling like so many of them that like you'll make your gold up. I don't think this is gonna sell, but we'll see. This box shield, that's obviously it's strictly for transmog. 1488, I'll sell mine for 750-ish. I'm not always trying to go half price on things, but I do try to use, like, that's too much for a pair of bracers that are gray. I'm sorry. Who's selling that? Wayren, Halance, and Halance. Well, I'm about to ruin y'all's days. I'm gonna do 1650. How about that? And it's not to be mean, it's just I always try to like put an end to price gouging if I can. I don't like when people 30,000. I mean, those are cute. I'm gonna do mine for like 29.95. How about that? They're all looking like 1650s. Not that. We'll do 85.95. I didn't actually plan on doing all of this while you guys watch, but I mean, why not? Oh, there's a streamer you guys have got to watch if you like both gold farming, but with a twist. And it's something that I've been trying to toy around with, like my own spin on it. And I'm sort of starting to come up with an idea. But if you guys like, challenge streams, you guys really need to look up a streamer called Pathalerix. He does this zone locked challenge where he can't leave a zone until he's farmed enough gold to where he can buy a WoW token. Now he doesn't use the WoW tokens, he gives them out to people who are like patrons or spin for it or whatever. But I think that's a really... He's not the only one that does that. What I wouldn't mind doing is a challenge to myself to where, like, once I enter a zone, I can't leave it until I've 100%ed it. And I'm thinking about that because I'm not going to be able to farm... I don't have the patience or the time to farm enough gold to buy multiple WoW tokens. If I was to farm that much gold, I would just want to keep it in case there's a purchase one day that I want to make. But there are some rules, like you can't get any gold. You have to start from nothing and work your way. So this would be leveling a toon as well. And I've discovered that some of the best ways to level your character is in kata. Excuse me, because once you hit a specific threshold, like a specific level, mats will jump from like classic style mats to, or whatever the zone is, excuse me, to kata level mats, like Ember Silk and whatnot. So I wanna actually like work on the parameters. I started on the parameters for this once before, but I really want to like work something. I want to see what that looks like actually. I thought that was the one with the little, it's a skull on a stick, and it's, I wish you could like tilt this up, but it's got these little spikes coming out of the eye sockets. We're actually gonna wait off on that one a little bit. Yeah, I think, wait, that's not what I meant to do. And I almost just jumped off this damn cliff I'm on. Oof, I'm having some back pains. I'm just looking around. You know what? Maybe we should do that. Do you guys want to make a tune? Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so the rules would be, and I wrote down some rules before for something similar to this. I don't know where I put them. Hold on one second. I wrote down some rules before. Okay, yeah. And this was going to be like on Classic, but I don't want to do this on Classic. I want, see, look, a buyer has already been found from an auction of iron ore. How much did I sell? I don't think it was a lot. I don't think it was a lot, but I think it was over 1,000 gold, wasn't it? I think that's what it was. Okay, so I had made a list a while back on something I was wanting to do on Classic, which some of these actually don't work anyway, because some of these rules, there goes my mithril ore. Okay, so we're gonna look at this. So in order for this to work, I have to do this with no heirlooms, no gold from guild or warband. I can only make gold from quests, like from turning in quests or selling shit that I get from quests, to vendors only, and you can also make gold from the auction house, right? No dragon riding, nothing from the guild or warband, nothing, not even a tabard. No toys that give you an advantage. Like, you can use the Hearthstone toy. Matter of fact, let's go into my toy box real quick. I can use Hearthstones. And I can only use a classic Hearthstone. I can't use a Dalaran Hearthstone or a Garrison Hearthstone. Unless I'm doing... I would want to do it in a classic zone. I can use toys like this that just puts like, that just does like a graphical change or something. I can't use something that, there are a few toys that give you like a bit of an unfair advantage, I guess you could say. But like the ancient Pandaren fishing charm, I could use that. It's not an unfair advantage because, well, maybe it is. Maybe that is an unfair advantage. The ancient mana basin. This I could use. Excuse me. If I was like on a, I don't know. Can I use that on this character? Let's actually land. Am I somewhere I can land? I guess I am. Okay. Let's see. Let's put that on my hotbar real quick. I'm in the wrong zone. Requires level 10. I guess I can only use it in Suramar. That's Legion content. Okay. Let's, you know what? Let's make ourselves a challenge tune. We might start a zone-locked challenge. Honestly, I don't rightly know what kind of tune I would want to make. I have so many.
Here there.
Got rid of that. Excuse me. I don't think I would. I think, you know, Patholyrix plays a rogue. And see, everyone's doing the... you can't leave a... There's several people doing these similar challenges. I would want to do something a little bit more small scale for both the stream and for my work life and whatnot. These are streamers who, that's what they do for a living. They make their living off streaming, so they stream, like, I think almost every day. I can't do that. But what I would do, just for fun, is create a character, a brand new character, and level them through a zone. I'm not sure what. In fact, I might make a Horde tune to do this on. I'm so used to playing Alliance tunes that I would have an unfair advantage, but I've never leveled a Horde tune through a classic zone, because I never started playing Horde until maybe Legion, you know. I want to say I never played a Horde tune until Chromie Time was in you know, put in the game, so it might have been after Legion, actually. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Huh. I really... Now, the thing to think about when making a new tune, period, whether it's Alliance or Horde, is, do I want to level them from the original classic experience, or do I want to go ahead and run them through just through Exile's Reach, just to give them 10 or 11 levels before they get plumped down into a specific zone? You know what? Let's... How do I create a... Okay, let's add a new camp, and it's going to be called Zone Locked. Actually... I think I can actually get away with a hyphen. I most certainly can. Okay, we have nothing in there right now. I think I actually have, I actually don't have any brand new tunes that I haven't gotten on yet. Okay. Let's create a character. I might make a couple and then... Okay, the first thing... I'm not trying to be funny. The first thing that speaks to me is Goblin. I don't know why. And even... Huh. So you can have, like, professions. You can, I think I might actually want to do a shaman. They have really cute totems. But they also have Death Knights. I missed a spot when I was shaving. I just found it right here. I'll be hitting that in a minute. We also have Vulpira. Hurl a trick to harm an enemy or help a friend. Choose a place in the world and make it your camp. I kind of like that. Take less damage the first time you're hit. Your backpack has 8 additional slots. That's kind of cool. And resistant to fire damage. Goblins have some really cool ones too. I like the smaller races. I also wouldn't mind playing an undead, but they have like really crap racials. Nightborn. I just don't. I don't like their racials. Zandalari. I actually don't think I have a Zandalari troll. They can... Druid, maybe? Oh, you know what? I like that. I like that. Actually. Although I might play a girl just because I think they're prettier. That's really cool looking. I might. Oh yeah, that might be the vibe. Okay, that's fine. That's what we'll do. Okay, so let's customize them. First things first. Tusks. Let's do smaller ones if I can. The ringed ones actually don't look bad. Fangs don't look bad. Curved, upturned, golden. You know, I need to turn him so I can actually see how big they are. That sounds funny. I actually kind of like that. All right, let's pick his face. I guess 6 it is. Skin color. I kind of want him to be darker skinned. I don't like that. The mohawk's not bad. Crest, I hate that. Gentle's favor. Quiff. Ancient. The king. Zocalo. Actually, the Zocalo's not bad. That's very elven, actually. Raptor Whip. I don't like that at all. I think that's ugly. Regal and the Grawl. The Grawl's actually not bad. I like that. Hair color. Let's give him... I kind of want the purple hair. Eye color. I want him to have green eyes. Alright. Piercings. He has an eyebrow piercing just like me. Nose ring, eyebrow, upper, and left ring. I think that's actually what we're going to leave. And the ear gauge, I don't like the ear gauges. I mean, no disrespect towards anyone who watches my channel and has ear gauges. I personally don't find them very attractive. I'll just say that. And then tattoo. Zandalari forever. I think I actually like the radiant one. Alright, he's wearing crap gear, but it'll be alright. Alright, it's time to name him. And he's gonna be one of my zone lock challenges. So let's go with Fudge Buckets. Let's try naming him. He's gonna be feral. I haven't played a freaking druid in a while. Excuse me. They are fun. They are very fun. Okay. Shit. I hate having to come up with names. Druid names. We're gonna call him Shadow Paw. No, we're not. How about Lockpaw? That's actually okay, because he's zone locked. So, actually, yeah, Lockpaw. I like that. Okay, that's his name. Okay, he's gonna go to the zone locked one though. Sorry about that. He's actually kind of cool looking. He's level 10. All right, let's make a couple others. We're gonna round it out. Okay, we're gonna do 2 Horde and 2 Alliance. How about that? We'll be fair about it. Okay, so I think I want to do a Volpira. And since we did a druid for him, we'll do a shaman for this one. That's a boy? I mean, no disrespect. But you kind of can't tell. Just gonna say it. Alright, let's go with face first. I think 3 is good, but we're going to change his fur color to red. No. I like that one better. Ears. Alright, ears. Wanderer, compact, sharp, rakish, scruffy, or raise. We're gonna go with compact. I hate my own ears. Now, the snout. We don't like that. We're gonna go with short. Yes, we're trying to make him actually a little bit younger looking. Not inappropriately so, but, you know, a little bit. Oh, one of each. Heterochromia. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. And earrings? Yes, please. Yes, God. Okay. I don't get it. Pattern? Forest or plains? I think I want the plains. I like the darker feet and the spotted stripes versus just stripes. All right, and he's gonna be obviously an elemental shaman. Although I might go enhancement. I'm sorry. Let's go with Shamlock. Shamlocked. It worked immediately. That was a quick and easy one. All right, those are our 2 Horde ones. Now we need 2 Alliance characters. All right, we have a shaman and a druid. First things first, I know I want a gnome. I know I want a gnome, and she already looks badass. But oh, look at him. He looked cool. Let's go with a gnome mage. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Did I say mage? Did I say mage? I meant to say rogue. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Alright, so first things first. Let's get rid of the facial hair completely. So I can see his face, first of all. Actually, let's lighten him up just a teensy. I think that's about right. That'll do. Hairstyle. I kind of like this. Wings. Let's go with bald first. Let's just do that. And then eyebrows. Raised, wide, small, steep, or bushy. Let's go with just straight eyebrows. And he's a rogue, so we're going to give him You know what? We'll come back to that hair color in a minute. All right, face. One, wings, groomed, cowlicked, styled, balding, comb over, windswept, shaggy, parted, hedgehog, mayhem, faux hawk. The faux hawk isn't bad. It looks there's something wrong there. Blade's edge, the curl, genius, loose, or mohawk. We're gonna go with Blade's edge. That feels the safest. It's gonna get covered by a helmet too soon, so. I don't care about a mustache. Beard. Okay, sideburns, chops, goatee, full, chin puff, curtain, pointed, or garden. I think we're just gonna go with chops. Eye color. I want green eyes. Yes, I do. And that's it. That's all you get. Alright, so he's gonna be a rogue. We're gonna call him. We've already got a shadow lock. Stealth locked? No. Stealth boy? Like Fallout? He's gonna be an outlaw. Outlocked? No. Oh god, I hate doing this. Shit. We're gonna give him a regular name. Little bit. That's not it. That's not gonna happen. Wee little baby. Wait, can I do that? No, I can put him wee little bab. I hate coming up with names. Tiny killer. Actually, I want to see if that's actually viable. It is not. SI7. It is! Okay, I'm not going to call him that. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see. What about Secret Agent Man? Nope. Secret Agent is also taken. Okay. Little sneak. What about just if I just call him Sneaky? Oops. Sneaks. Nope. Little Sneaks. That's actually no. It looks a lot like Little Snakes. sneaks it is. I think I need to go through like the classic zone for this character. Excuse me. Excuse me again. I'm so sorry. All right, one more character. So we've got a rogue, a shaman, a druid, and I feel like we need to do one either pally or hunter or death knight. I'm not hunter. Either pally, warrior, or death knight. I need a tank. I need a tanky one, even if I don't actually run in tank spec. And it needs to be alliance. Excuse me. Shit, this is problematic. Now this will actually come in handy playing a Mechanome as either a Ret Pally or Fury Warrior. You know what? I've got so many Fury Warriors. I might do a Ret Pally. Unfortunately, they can't be Pallies. Huh. Okay, what about Dwarf? Dwarf can be a Paladin. I think that's what we'll do. I think that's what we'll do. And I have a girl dwarf paladin, so it's going to be a boy. And that's not. I'm not being sexist. It's just I already have a girl one that I just got to 70. That's Starbuck, actually. I hate that I have to take all his facial hair off. Oh God! And you can't even take all their facial hair off. Short, medium, ornate, grim beard, humbug. The humbug's not bad. Braided, pointed, or thick. I think we're gonna go with humbug. It's the shortest one. I think one is probably the best looking one in my opinion. Hair color, I don't mind it being red. Hairstyle. Short top knot, short tail, swept, receding. Wait, corn mage, braid, short braid, side braids. Oh yeah, that's not bad actually. Bald tail, berserker, comb over. No, that looks awful, by the way. Tousled it is. I want short hair. I want no beard at all. I'll tell you what I would really like. What I would really like is us be able to make younger dwarves. Not inappropriate so, but like Dagran's age. With a young cherubic face. Hair color's fine. Mustache, fine, fine. Eye color. I think it's going to be part of the Firebeard clan. Earrings. Hoops. Wait, let's turn this so we can actually see. Hoops. Left, right, mixed, wing, feathers, or plume. I like that. I like that so much. Nose ring. None. Right, left, double right, double left, or center. Center. We're gonna make him look a little. Oh, wait, he has nipples. I like the body hair. I like the body hair where it is. Even that aggressive soul patch back there on his back. I love the hairy forearms. I don't need to actually. Well, I gotta figure out tattoo. Griffin, Ironforge, Airy. I like the Airy. Hinterlands. No, Highlands. Excuse me. Hinterlands. I like the Hinterlands one. Thunder or Sky. It's either this one or the Airy. I think I want the Hinterlands. It's a little bit... Yeah. Just out of curiosity also. Yeah. Now I gotta figure out... I think the red actually... I think it is... Well, I don't know. Maybe I should go with the blue. Or the green. We'll stick with red. We'll stick with red. Alright. We're gonna call him Big Red. No. Big Bird? No. He's a pally. Not a warrior. He fights with the light. Let's just call him Big Red. Be done with it. That's not gonna work. Excuse me. Shit. What if I call him Ashbringer? Can we do that? We cannot. I just wanted to see. Alright. Okay. We did a name. Fights with the light. I'll smite thee. I'm trying to think of a good name for him. We're 3 hours in? What? Okay. Alt 142. That's the A I was looking for. Just looking to see what else I have. Okay, 237, 225, 224, 226, 228. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my foot's itching. Tall order. No. Pally locked. I want a decent name for him, actually. He's an alliance character. He's a dwarf. I don't know, for some reason the name Okrin keeps popping up in my head. He looks like an Okrin. Or Dellan. Dellan. D-E-L-L-A-N. Dellan. Let's call him Dellan. Damn. Alright, that's fine. 4-2. No. 1-3-2. Whoops. L. Dellan. And he's gonna go through Coldridge Valley. It's been so long. And you know what? I think on our very next stream, we're gonna start off with Dellan. He might be my favorite out of all of these. I like all of them. I like all of them. Don't get me wrong. This is our new thing. Okay. I want to actually... Hold on. Let me do that. I want to move. Wait, can you move it up? Can you move the? You can't, can you? You can't move the. Oh. All right, I'm gonna sit down tonight after I end the stream, which is gonna be in just a minute. And I'm gonna come up with like some really ironclad rules for this. I'm gonna get it all done up so that way on our next stream, and this might become my new YouTube series. We're gonna start working on some zone locked characters. And it's not like you have to get a certain amount of gold or you have to like earn a WoW token. This is whatever zone you start in, you can't leave until you've 100%ed all the content in that zone. The only exception is if the zone has a raid in it. You can do the dungeon if it's level appropriate. You don't have to do the dungeon. Even if you do have a quest to do a dungeon, you don't have to do a dungeon unless you can solo it. If it has like soloable content, which I don't think any of these will, maybe? I don't think any of them will. Now, Shamlock and Lockpaw are actually going to start in Orgrimmar. And I think what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to set them to Chromie time to a specific expansion, send them somewhere, and whatever zone they start off in, that's the zone they have to be in until they 100% it. I'm thinking for the sheer amount of places you have to go in order for the quest lines to work, Legion's out. I might actually take them through Kata content. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. This was fun, guys. I'm really excited for this. We do have a new expansion coming, so we may actually wait on doing all 4 of them until after we've done some of the new expansion that's coming next month. But I think we'll start on Delin first. Delin is the one. He's the one I'm really excited about, actually. I love playing dwarves, and I especially love playing pallies. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how this challenge goes. I can't believe I missed a whole spot when I was shaving. I thought I was being so good. This was fun, though. I didn't expect it to be this long. I didn't expect to get through it without some kind of a meltdown. I didn't expect us to have so much fun. I am starting to get really tired. I've got this hair sticking out right here. I probably will not make it through Britcoms tonight. I'm so tired. I've been up since yesterday. A couple more hours will actually be 24 hours. I just realized. Because it's... What time is it? It is 8:10. I've been up since 11 o'clock yesterday, so it's been 20... I've been up 21 hours. Oh my god. No wonder I'm so tired. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We had fun. We got, 3 or 4 dungeons done tonight. Fun ones. We got a whole bunch of transmogs. I got a bunch of stuff in the auction houses. We farmed a bunch of gold. We farmed a bunch of gear. We farmed a bunch of mogs. We farmed a bunch of crafting materials. We made 4 new characters that we're going to do a zone locked challenge in. I am excited for this. I think this is going to be it. I think this is going to be fun, and I think this is going to be an interesting time. Oh, what a time to be alive. Anyway, thank you guys so very much. I really did have fun. I appreciate all of you, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Could be tomorrow. Could be... I don't know if it'd be Monday. It definitely won't be Tuesday, but... It might be soon. It might not be till Wednesday. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. I love you guys.